Hey, what's going on, guys? So we got some more video game news. Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 10 news. And I'm sure everyone's tired of reading the same news like, oh, there's a leak. It's possible we're going to hear it. It's pretty much the same thing, but it seems a little more reputable. But it's on gamerrant.com. Leaker gives update on Final Fantasy 9 and 10 remakes. A reputable leaker gives an update on the long rumored Final Fantasy 9 and 10 remakes that are supposedly in the works at Square Enix. A reputable leaker has provided Final Fantasy fans with some updates on some of the franchise's new games that are supposedly on the way, such as the long rumored remakes of Final Fantasy 9 and Final Fantasy 10. It's a good time to be a Final Fantasy fan, with Square Enix recently releasing Final Fantasy 16 to widespread critical acclaim and ramping up its marketing push for Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, scheduled for its release 2024. I'm hoping it's early 2024. Continuing, franchise fans can look forward to the two Final Fantasy 16 DLC expansions. I heard about that. Can you comment below and let me know? Is that like new quests, or is it just like new gear and like new armor and new weapons? Continue on with the game's PC port, and they can also keep an eye out more news on Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Some Final Fantasy enthusiasts may already be thinking about what's next for the long-running RPG series after the release of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth and the post-launch support for FF16 wrap-up. As it turns out, the next in line could be the remake of Final Fantasy IX, which we all want. The Final Fantasy IX remake first leaked ages ago. I think it was about, I swear, I want to say like 4 or 5 years ago they started talking about it. And now a new update has come courtesy of reputable leaker I'm a Hero 2, who recently touched on some things that were supposedly in the pipeline for Square Enix. According to their information, the Final Fantasy IX remake was looking to launch at some point in the summer of 2024, but those plans may have already changed. The leaker also said that Final Fantasy IX remake currently has a skeleton crew and will not be making the game's anniversary. Final Fantasy 10-3 was mentioned in conjunction with Final Fantasy X Remake, but it's unclear if the projects are one and the same. Yeah, because they started, when they first talked about Final Fantasy IX, they said that they were going to make a series, like an anime, and that's when I thought, okay, if they're going to focus on a series, they can't just stop there. They have to, give us the game again. Continuing on, in the same leak, the leaker also claimed that Square Enix has a new PS5 dev kits that could very well be the rumored PS5 Pro console. No such console has been announced at the time of this writing, but rumor has it that Sony is indeed preparing PS5 consoles revisions. If a PS5 Pro console doesn't materialize, there is some more concrete evidence that suggests a PS5 Slim model is in the works at least. It's got to be a Slim. We always get a smaller version of the newest console. As far as other Final Fantasy leaks, it's been said that Square Enix has a Nintendo Switch 2 dev kit as well, and has successfully ported the Final Fantasy VII Remake into Nintendo's next console. Possibly, the possibility that it was floated that Final Fantasy... Oh, that cut off right there. There we go, floated that Final Fantasy VII Remake will be a launch title, but ultimately not really sure if that was accurate or not. Yeah, so that's pretty much all. It continues on pretty much saying that even though you get leaks from reputable sources that have always been right in the past, you just got to take it with a little grain of salt. Things are always changing. Things get pushed back. Start working on new projects. But yeah, I'm actually very hopeful for this. I'm glad that they keep bringing it up every now and again to let us know that, hey, it's not lost in the woodworks. This is actually a real thing coming. And also Final Fantasy X. That's going to look so good, because even at the height of PS2, when Final Fantasy X first came out, I'm sure we were all like, okay, this is the next step up, the next level of graphics. And graphics-wise, what took me away the most was the scene where Uh, I forgot the name of the Baccalaureate Forest. I messed that up, but it's the scene where Yuna and Titus like are in the water after beating the boss, and they like share their first kiss, and Kamari's just watching them. But oh no, not even before that. When you first arrive to Mount Gagazet and they show Kamari, like I thought his model, like his character, when they first introduced him, I was like, yo, this is a dope Final Fantasy character. So you can only imagine with like Unreal Engine 5, just like the technology that they have now, what they could make Kamari look like. They're all gonna look gorgeous, but I really want to see what Kamari looks like. He's my favorite in that game. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below, or if you guys have heard anything other than the sources that we see online. Maybe you guys have some sources that I don't know of, some secret friends. But yeah, I'm excited for this. Let me know what you guys think.